It's time now for the Law in Use, sponsored by Gieg and Jancula. Join with us. We've got the attorneys from the practice, Michael Gieg, Christopher Jancula.
Yes.
Welcome to
Here
the show.
again.
Okay. Of course, we talk about the different types of law that you guys practice and what you specialize in, what Mike specializes in. What drew you to those types of law? Because I know, Mike, you said, you know, back in the day, it was a little bit more all-encompassing. Now you guys kind of have a little bit of a more direct path on what you want to specialize in, right?
Yeah, so I think I did pretty much like most young attorneys do. You know, when I came in, my dad was in the office, and he just gave me, you know, wanted me to do as many different areas of the law as possible, just to get different experience, see what you like, see what you don't like. But like we said in the previous show, I mean, the law has become, you know, so complex, you know, and things are so fast moving. We talk about that all the time with, you know, email mainly, and, you know, you can, correspondence is like immediate now, that you have to somewhat, the years of the general practice firm, unless you have, you know, a lot of attorneys, you can't really do that anymore. So you got to kind of focus more, just because the law is so much more complex.
And people need wills and trusts and, you know, how to handle their estate, all that kind of stuff. So that's where you come into the mix. Chris, what about you?
Well, I used to work for the insurance companies, and I didn't like that. And I like helping people and fighting with the insurance companies to make sure that they pay out what they're supposed to pay. You pay all these premiums, you give them all this money, and then whenever you need to use them, then they don't want to hold up their end of the deal.
Okay, well,
keeping them honest, Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to, right?
Yep.
And you guys are always, you know, the people to go to when it comes to keeping people in line. Obviously, the 4th of July is right around the corner. You're right, you mix fireworks, pyrotechnics, some alcohol, right? Summer barbecue.
Yes.
You can run into some issues if you're not careful. I could see that happening.
Absolutely, absolutely. Unfortunately, because I love the 4th of July. Right. First of all the courts are closed and everything, so it's actually a day off for us.
There you go.
But, you know, things happen. And like you said, auto accidents. Last year, I actually pulled out some statistics.
Okay.
Last year, over the 4th of July weekend in the United States, over 600 people lost their lives. And a lot of that was because of the increased traffic and alcohol. Mothers Against Drunk Driving says that the 4th of July is one of the highest rates for drinking and driving out of all of the year. So, of course, just be responsible, have a designated driver, you know, don't have one too many beers or anything like that. Do things responsibly. And that's the name of the game here today for everything that I'm going to talk about. Fireworks. Fireworks accidents. 3,100 people, so 3,100 people were injured last year in the United States because of fireworks. And again, inexperience using those fireworks and alcohol were the two big things that all of those things came from. Make sure that if you're setting them off, you know, that you have enough of an area for them to go off. Now, because of the laws that are less restrictive in Pennsylvania, people are setting them off more in neighborhoods and things, but there's actually distances that you've got to be away from things. And you've got to make sure that you look at your local municipality and where you should be setting them off. Grilling. Grilling. People don't think about this, but leaving your grill unattended, you get a not clean grill, flares up, can cause fires. The other thing is that I saw one terrible case where I now always make sure that my cooking spray that I spray the grill down with, the aerosol spray, do not put that anywhere near your grill. Because if it's sitting out there beside it and that heat's coming through, that can explode. And then send that shrapnel all around and hurt people.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's something that people don't think about, but I've seen cases where that's happened before.
The propane tank.
The propane tank, making sure that that is up to date and a good tank, not a lot of rust or anything on that. I had one of those explode on a client. It's just crazy, crazy things. Insurance considerations, Morgan. So you're having a big party, people are drinking at your party, people are setting off fireworks. Well, who knows? Sometimes, depending upon your insurance, and you got to get it out and look at it. I haven't seen these clauses yet, but I'm sure that they're in insurance policies where maybe setting off fireworks is going to void your insurance if somebody gets hurt for that. Okay, so you got to be careful. Also, don't let kids, even sparklers.
Yes.
I had a person that burned themselves with a sparkler because those little sparklers, those metal ones, get glowing red hot and can cause severe burns even after they're done and put out. If you accidentally drop it on somebody, the little kids are all running around. Make sure that they're supervised.
They were saying they're hotter than a blowtorch.
Yes.
This morning I heard on the news.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah?
Because I had somebody that was severely burned with one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, okay, thanks for keeping us on the straight and narrow. Of course, we could just keep going into this, of course, because you got to protect yourself, especially if you've got folks coming over to drink and indulge as well. I mean, there's so many different legal matters that you just want to make sure you're making good choices on the day. If people want to reach out to your practice, what's the best way to find you?
Yeah, call us 946-1606 or through our website at gieg-law.com.